Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion. This is Wednesday, March 14th, 2018. I am your co-host, Al Rainey. On the panel, I have Antonio Coleman, Matthew Odom, and Xavier Randall. Stay tuned for the next exciting episode of the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion. Good evening, folks. This is the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion. I figured I would bring my voice back. Peace to Vic Caroli, which is the original voice, Transformers. If you don't know why I did that, go back and check the last show. We had a good time, maybe the last 30 minutes of that show. I think you'll get a crack out of it. But first and foremost, we want to say thank you for being a part of this particular show. I don't know why I got my face in the microphone like I'm on the radio, because I know y'all see me. Nonetheless, I still have my face in the microphone periodically. I will back away just a second. But thanks so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. I'm going to give a shout out to all the viewers that are watching tonight. We hope that you enjoy the show. I want to first start off by asking the panel, how is everyone doing?
Doing good, brother.
Doing good.
I am wonderful.
Great. That is great. And I'm glad that everyone, man, you know what? If I was doing any better, my name would be Daddy Warbucks, brother, because all I need now is some money. If I had money, I would be good. Then I would be able to buy what I want, like a big yacht or a boat or something. But anyway, I don't have that.
Did you say Matthew Odom? What?
Matthew Odom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hard work.
Hard work, man. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, before we get started, and I'm pretty sure Matt does not mind being that he's the host of the show. I just want to say to our audience, if you have any ideas that you'd like to see us do, any topics that you'd like to see us discuss, drop some comments down in the comment section. We welcome any feedback that you all have to make the show a better show. So, if you have anything that you'd like for us to talk about, TV shows, cartoons, comics, if there's something specific that you want to know about a certain type of comic, drop a line down in the comment section and we'll take a look at it. Also, if you are watching the show and you don't mind letting us know who you are, drop a comment down below. You may never know what that might yield in the future. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start the show. Our first order of business tonight, and I'm going to turn it over to Matt once we're done with this segment, is Dragon Ball Super. Now, if you watch our show on a regular basis, you know that, for the most part, we love anime, but we really don't talk about it that much because we talk about so much and we already have a long show. We talked about anime and everything that we love. This show will probably be about 6 hours long and our viewership will probably drop. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start the show with Dragon Ball Super. If you're not watching Dragon Ball Super, it's an excellent show. Dragon Ball Super is on the final 2 episodes before its hiatus. Akira Toriyama came out and pretty much debunked the lies and the mistruths that were told by a lot of the quote-unquote sites that were in the know that Dragon Ball Super was going to end at episode 131. I personally knew that was a lie, just like Maury Povich and the lie detector test. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. So, Mr. TC Antonio Coleman, we're in a group on Facebook along with Matt and X and a few other people, and he pretty much debunked that with information that came directly from the mouth of Akira Toriyama. So Dragon Ball Super, if you're watching this and didn't know, Dragon Ball Super is going to continue. They are going to drop a movie later on this year. And then once they've dropped this movie, which is going to actually introduce the next story arc for what they're going into, is probably going to kick back up next year. So I know Matt is not caught up on Dragon Ball Super. So I'm going to pass the mic over to TC. TC, you saw the last episode. Of course, that was the episode that had everybody drooling and all that kind of stuff, salivating and whatnot. For those who haven't seen it, please close your ears, mute the volume. But I'm going to give you like 2.5 seconds starting with right now. So if you haven't muted it, too bad. Okay, so Goku went Ultra Instinct, and he mastered Ultra Instinct, and the dude transformed, and his hair changed colors. Like, he changed colors more than one of those dolls that you put the hot and cold water and run the hair on, and he changed colors. But nonetheless, it was still cool. So basically I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was awesome. To be honest with you, I've never felt the excitement about Dragon Ball Super or any Dragon Ball show like I have with this particular story arc. Story arc has been excellent. But enough about that. I'm gonna pass it over to TC. TC, what did you think about that episode, sir?
Um, it didn't disappoint to the hype that was building up to it. I'll say that it was it was one of the it was one of those things you knew it was gonna happen because I mean they've been hyping it up and so plus you saw the trailer from the previous episode before that. But you know I don't want it to end, and I know it's gonna end in like 2 episodes. I know they're gonna basically spread them out 2 weeks apart. So you got one coming up this Sunday or this Saturday, and then you got the final one coming up like 2 weeks later. But the
Killing it.
episode, it's I mean it's just so good. I mean it's so good. Like your skin, like when you hear that music hit and you saw Goku change, and then you just seen like him like pass the dude and come up behind him, and it's just like him sitting there holding the little power ball he tried to blow him up with. It's like, oh, okay, it's just a whole nother level, man. I mean, you got to get hyped for it. You got to get hyped.
Ladies and gentlemen, TC, what TC said actually made the hair on my arm rise up.
Was your
I
spider
ain't
sense
lying.
tingling?
Man, it ain't spider sense, man. I think it's that the Kamehameha sense or something. I don't know.
Spirit
But
bomb.
what he says is actually true. I mean, it's the way this show, has progressed up until this point in reference to the story arc. I mean, it has really been a crafted story. I mean, that was episode 129, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
And it was one of those things where you saw the show and you kind of knew what was going to happen because it was leading up to that point for him to transform into this new form. Um, but the way they did it was just, it was awesome. I mean, and then coupled with the fact that, it was an insurmountable circumstance. Vegeta, out of all people, was pretty much like, okay, I got faith in Goku. He's going to do this, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. He's sitting there proud of being a Saiyan, proud of Goku being a Saiyan. I had newfound respect for Vegeta. Goku's always been my favorite character, but I think Vegeta's going to be my favorite character when they come back. But it was awesome. X, you got something to say about it, sir?
So everybody on the panel know how I love Vegeta. Like Vegeta is my dude. And I hate to say this, but I really, really enjoyed cheering for Goku in this past episode. Like I never thought I'd see myself getting this excited about Goku, but man, like TC said, when you were listening to Vegeta and Whis and Beerus sit there and talk about like telling everybody to shut up and just watch. You know how everybody's in there, how Goku all on the defense and on defense, he's about to fall off, etc., etc. When you hear them talking about that and you see that look, that little gleaming Goku's eye, and then the next thing you know, not Beerus, but Jiren is like, "Hey, yo, what is going on?" Man, I can't help but have goosebumps with that. Like, I love Goku, don't get me wrong, but I'm still gonna go to Jiren on this one because that dude is stupid power. Like he has limitless power on this show. Like I think the only cat we said it in our little group, the only other cat on there that can really do anything with them is Whis. Cause Whis is
yeah,
the only one that's sitting there looking at them like, yo, he really hit Ultra Instinct. Like he's perfected it, he's mastered it. And he's the only one that saw it coming, not even Beerus. And a lot
Yeah,
of people forget that he trained Beerus. So everybody else sitting there looking like, what's going on? And he's sitting there smiling at how powerful these cats are. Dude, everything about this show is great, man. I'm so glad y'all put me on that, man.
I'm glad you jumped on board, man, because and I'm hoping at one point Matt will get caught up before they start back again. And I say this, Matt, 3 out of 4 panelists ain't lying.
Oh,
Right.
I've watched it. I watched some of the old episodes. So I mean, it's
But
I
see,
mean,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
no,
sir.
it's solid show. I just got to get caught up.
I'm telling you now, and XTC, correct me if I'm wrong, but The previous episodes actually they pale in comparison to this tournament.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball has done tournaments since the first Dragon Ball series, all the way through Dragon Ball Z, up to Dragon Ball Super. They even had a tournament arc at the very beginning of Dragon Ball Super.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing compares to this particular tournament from the beginning of this tournament all the way to where they are right now. It has been short of spectacular. I don't care what nobody else says. The majority of people that I know that watch this show have all said the same thing. This show is right now is phenomenal. Now they can come back when they come back from their hiatus and come up with some straight doo-doo. But I will say this, from what I've seen thus far up until this tournament, they get a pass from me unless they just bring Yajirobe back and give him powers that's stronger than Goku. That'd be the only way I'd be like, oh my God, they done jumped 2 sharks on this sucker. But as far as it goes, you know, when Jiren had actually tried to hit Goku, like you said, when he had that ball, he was holding that ball. And not only that, I think what really got me, and I'm going to pretty much bring this to a close, was when he actually attacked Jiren after he passed him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Goku standing still, and he hit that Joker with like an 86 hit combo, like a super combo, and had that Joker in the slump.
With his eyes closed.
With his eyes closed. So I'm like, okay, these next 2 episodes, the last episode need to be an hour long. But before I go, I just want to say that the country of Mexico, I don't know what y'all plan on doing Saturday, but we might have to take a trip to Mexico, because Mexico is actually going to air Dragon Ball Super episode 130 on closed circuit TV and in every area or access in Mexico where television is available. Not only are they going to show it on television, but if you are in a bar, if you are at the Civic Center, they're going to show it on TV. And then I read another article that is super major.
Yeah, that's
no pun intended. And then on top of that, I read another article where the Mexican government you can't get no better than that.
Hot dogs.
On that note,
hot dogs.
Man, I don't care if they CV hot dogs, man. If it's the hot dogs that turn the water red, they offering free food and drink, dude, for an anime that don't even originate in Mexico.
That's the money that's supposed to be used for the wall. I can't help
it. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna turn it over to
Matt. All right, y'all. Well, look at got to be back in the saddle. I was running a little late today. Look here. Deadpool is getting some reshoots, fellas. Now, last I heard, now if a movie gets reshoots, then that means it's the end of the world, because Justice League, was getting reshoots, So where are the detractors at now? I just wanted to see, I'm just asking, Justice League was getting reshoots and it was the end of the world. Deadpool gets reshoots and it's crickets. Antonio Coleman, do you believe there's a cause for concern here? Now, the other reports reporting they're putting more Cable and more Domino in the movie, which is my question is, why were they not there from the beginning?
I mean, you know what? The thing about it is that the very first Deadpool movie, Fox really didn't want to have anything to do with it. I mean, they pretty much said, you know what, Ryan Reynolds, this is your baby, and you can rock it. And he rocked it pretty hard. And he had a hit on his hands. And I think with this second movie, I think that they are actually having a heavier hand in dealing with the movie, and they've seen what Marvel has done as far as with Black Panther, and then you got the Infinity Gauntlet holding plane riding. You know, his crew is coming. The Black Order's coming. You got that coming, man, and you know that's gonna be hard to fight off. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that's gonna be hard to fight off. So they have to do something to make it a hit because if not, it's just gonna get engulfed. It's gonna drown out there in the water. It's not gonna float. So yeah, I mean I can understand Fox going back and doing reshoots, going back and adding more character interaction, and showing more of this character, that character, the other. They got to do it. They don't have a choice because at this point, this is their. I mean, as far as their Marvel movies that they've done, as far as comic book movies, that's been the most successful one recently they've done on there for it. So they can't let this one sink.
Xavier, thoughts on reshoots, my friend?
I mean, I know every movie have reshoots, but it's a problem when it's hitting the tabloids and hitting the media. You know what I'm saying? If they adding more cable and domino to the movie, like you said, why weren't they in the movie that much to start with? If Ryan Reynolds hinted so heavily at the end of the first Deadpool that you're gonna have cable in it, why not have him the second most important character in the movie? You know what I'm saying? Second thing is, why, why would Fox want to put their hands in something when Deadpool was so successful the first time and Logan was so successful when they didn't have their hands in that? Let them, they found the formula that's working. Don't go the DC route and keep trying to put your hands in things. Let them do what they do. Ryan Reynolds clearly knew what he was doing in the first one that paved the way for Logan. Why not let it keep paving its way for the second movie and then every other thing to come out before you all go to Disney and let the MCU just make it even better? Well, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Just back up, let him do his thing. You gave him, you saw what he did with less money. Give him more money and give him more free reign so that you can have another blockbuster hit on your hands.
Sounds like me. Fox has got a taste of that Al Davis syndrome, where
Yeah,
you got the
that's a
team
good
is doing
analogy.
all right, or the Jerry Jones syndrome for Brock Coleman, where
That
you
Dan Schneider.
yeah, you're dancing out. You got a winning product, and then you just want to meddle with it. And I mean, this the thing that concerns me the most about this is that I'm looking at the calendar and I'm seeing March. This movie's coming out in May, so we got April, May. It's like right around the corner, and you're doing reshoots for something that's like right around the corner, and that's kind of alarming to me. Now, do I think the movie's gonna be bad? No, but do I think that the product that we're gonna probably get kind of what we see it with DC, where they have all of these scenes that should have been in the movie out of it. That's the concerning part that worries me is that are you taking a product that will make this movie a great movie as opposed to making it a good movie? And to piggyback off what you said is why touch something that was successful and you've seen the winning formula. There's a constant variable with each of these movies that has been successful that if you don't put your hand in it, it's probably going to be good to go. And that's
Hmm.
the problem that DC has, but that's a whole nother story. But you have to just meddle with everything, and you won't let the actual artists themselves express themselves in the production of said movie. Al, your thoughts?
I sentiment everybody that's spoken thus far. I honestly think that it's one of those, like you said. I mean, that was an excellent analogy to Al Davis. I mean, you have something. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But you have, of course, the powers that be. They see the success of Deadpool. They see the success of Logan, and you probably had some form of interference with the higher ups or in Deadpool and wrest some of that control away from them. Um, I mean, as far as it goes, you're looking at a situation where, if the reports are correct, they're saying that, the test screener wasn't received well at all.
No,
That's the whole movie. That's just not a snippet of the actual product. That's the movie from beginning to end. So hopefully the reshoots will come and they'll add, the same type of intensity and humor and banter that the first Deadpool has. Because, like TC said, I mean, right now, this is what Fox, this is their bread and butter. I mean, Logan is no more. We ain't even talk about the X-Men. That's just that movie's not gonna do well at all. I mean, it's gonna make money, but it's not gonna make Black Panther or Infinity War money or even Deadpool money for that matter. So they might be in trouble. We'll just have to see. Like you said, Matt, you got March, and right now we're dead smack in the middle of March. It's March the 14th. It's 31 days in March. You got April, May will be here before we know it.
Yeah.
And then you got the unsurmountable task of being able to cope or to compete with Infinity Wars.
Yeah, I really, like I said, I might have said this on a past show. I really don't understand why people are trying to even put movies, you know, close to anything. If Infinity War, that movie's gonna like swallow. Literally, man, it's gonna be like a Unicron, man. It's gonna be the swallow, eat the world, man. It's gonna chew up everything it comes with it in contact with, man. And that's just, it's like 2 weeks after the movie it comes out, which is, I mean, that's ridiculous.
I got a
Somebody was
question.
not thinking at Fox. Go ahead, Xavier.
Who are these people that are doing the screenings? You know what I'm saying? Because like Batman v Superman got a standing ovation, and we didn't stand and ovate that movie when we saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Got a sitting pout.
And now the people that said that it was a bad screening for Deadpool 2 are these people that know anything about the movie or the character. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are these people that like we getting so many mixed reviews from screen testers and whatnot? So why? I I don't. That's something we'll never know.
TC,
But it's
you want
just
to take that?
they, huh?
No, I was asking TC, did he want to take that on?
Yeah,
No,
we'll
I'll let
never
y'all.
know that.
Al, all right, Al.
Well, I don't know either, and I don't even really. I have my thing. I think I don't know. Maybe they get certain people within a certain demographic to view it. It could be that they got people that previously watched the first Deadpool. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that they would get someone within the scope of the age range and
Right.
the demographic that they're shooting for to go watch the movie. I mean, because a lot of times when they do those screeners, I can say this, they actually go back and do pull data from who actually purchased the tickets, what demographic were the males, were they between the ages of 18 and 34, that type of thing to determine, I guess, who to target, in the future, like for the Deadpool sequel. So that could be it. One thing I want to say is that, I was just thinking it's a possibility that with this movie, it may not have been Fox that caused the movie to be lackluster. It could have actually been, internal. I mean, because, at first, the guy that either directed or wrote the first Deadpool movie, him and Ryan Reynolds had a splitting up or something like that,
Hmm.
remember? So that kind of, I'm sure that would affect the chemistry as far as the ebb and flow of the movie. So either way it goes, that doesn't bode well for the movie. I mean, you have a test audience that's sitting there talking about, I'd rather eat cold oatmeal with no sugar in it than to watch this movie. Like,
No sugar, no butter,
nothing, just straight
nothing.
water and cold oat flakes. That's it.
Cream of wheat.
Well, we're a couple of months away, so that remains to be seen. Hopefully, we won't be let down. Um, Black Lightning has been pretty good the last 3 weeks. I don't know. Like I said, we talked before on off air. I know me and Al got caught up on some of it yesterday, and I watched the last night's episode, which not going to spoil it, but business picked up again last night. Um, Pretty good, man. Black Lightning. We're about what 6, 7 episodes in, man. What is everybody thinking about the show?
It's a pretty good show. I got to catch up on last night's episode. But I like it so far.
You see?
I
Yeah,
like
I've got to catch up. I'm still a couple episodes behind.
Yeah.
I like it as well. I mean, as we've discussed on the show, I mean, Black Lightning, if you like Luke Cage, Black Lightning is fairly the spitting image of Luke Cage. The difference is just the characters that are involved. Um, Black Lightning actually would, if you had to say in terms of positive role models, I would have to say Black Lightning has the edge over Luke Cage. Although Luke Cage was a good show, it is a good show. Um, the story, like Matt said, I didn't watch it last night, but I probably will this evening after the show. But I will say the previous episode, business most definitely picked up. So Matt saying that business picked up again last night, it'll be something to look forward to. But if you're not watching the show, give it a try. It's a good show. It's a really good show.
All right. Staying with the theme of the CW. What? What? I hadn't even got out my mouth yet, man.
You
Why?
know what you're about to talk about.
What am
Why?
I talking about, man? What y'all?
We talking about Legends of Tomorrow? That what we're gonna talk about?
No, we're gonna talk about Iris becoming the Flash last night. That's what we're gonna talk about. Another lackluster episode of The Flash. Antonio Coleman.
It was a filler. That's all. That's all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say is that it was a filler episode. It didn't advance the story line at all whatsoever. They still need to go back and do the whole. He's got to learn about the symbols from the Speed Force, which I thought they would have started doing by now, but hadn't even touched on that at all whatsoever. So it was just a filler episode, is what I saw. That it just filled time. They want to do something, try something out. They tried it out. To me, it didn't work. I mean, if you look at the reviews, read the reviews, people loved it. They were like, "Oh man, this was like one stellar episode." You know, what's the name? Candace Patton. Yeah, excellent acting. Had a good episode. This, that, and the other. You know what? Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it every day. It really didn't even matter. We didn't even see DeVoe at all in the whole story, and I mean it was just a filler episode. That's what I saw it as.
Yeah, I was I was quite let down by it last night. The whole end scene fighting with the guy with the fire, that was
That was so cheesy.
that was so putrid. That was one of the worst displays of battle I've ever seen in my entire life. That was absolute horse crap. I'm trying to work on my language here. Darrell! Thanks for joining us, my friend. How you doing this evening, brother?
What's up, man?
Good, man. Did you see the Flash last night, man? Did you watch Flash?
Man, I have literally been sitting and doing a research paper, so I'm catching up. I'm playing super catch up.
You actually got more out of it, getting more out of that research paper than we did.
My head has been literally in a paper all day, so I'm playing catch up with y'all.
Well, let me tell you, last night's episode, y'all, was absolutely it's just disgrace. It was absolutely a disgrace. And I can't. Do you know what the worst part about last night's episode was? Xavier, it was not the part of Candace Patton. It was more of the fact that you made us sit through that, and then you're gonna tell us we got almost a month off from the Flash. You just came back from a break 3 weeks ago.
Right.
It don't come back till April 10th.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, what in the world? What is this, man? What is this about? How can you go? How can you have all these breaks, and then you come back? It's probably gonna be a musical, and a high school science project or something. This show is all over the place this season, y'all. All over the place.
You know what would have made last night better? If they would have focused less on Iris being a reluctant Flash and actually had old boy that transferred the powers to her in there more. They could have did so much better with him than having Candace Patton as the Flash.
I really thought that's what they were going to do. Who is this guy? I wanted to get some insight on this fella. learn more about him, and they just completely, just utterly didn't do anything with him.
And why does she keep questioning Barry on how to use the powers like he's never been the Flash? You just spent 3 years watching him be the Flash, and you're questioning him as to what he's telling you what to do and how to do something. I you have times when she showed the powers like, okay, I'm using them better than Barry ever did, but then the simple stuff she's struggling with. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that. You spinning your arm in a circle, you see that it's getting worse. Common sense. I mean, you're a reporter and you working around other scientists. Something should tell you, or common sense should tell you, hey, let me turn my arms in the other direction. Or what happened to her, Killer Frost, and Vibe going at the same time, like they all agreed at the beginning before they went to the fire scene? You know what I'm saying? And what took so long for them to think maybe I should just vibe and get her out of there? Or hey, it's a fire. You know what kills fire? Water. Killer Frost. Vibe her there and let her do her terrible imitation of shooting fire. I mean, ice out of her hands. No fire. You're done. It's quick, easy fix. But and why are they so against HR making this thinker cap? You know what I'm saying? Clearly, the man is a genius. A lot of things that he does works. Why would you be so reluctant to help this man figure out how to pretty much end the vote without even finding the other 2 or 3 at the time metahumans from the bus? I don't get it.
Because they got like 6 more episodes and that will be too easy for them to do. So
and it's gonna take them 20 years to show those 6 episodes.
I got a question.
Go ahead, TC.
So that dude took the power from the guy with the fire. What did he do with it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Did they take him to Iron Heights or whatever and give Buddy his powers back? Or?
I mean, the dude could have just took his powers and gave it to somebody else.
Right. What happens every time he hugs somebody or gets somebody dab? And he works. He's an EMT.
Yeah. So,
every time he touches somebody, he takes it. I didn't think of TC.
Al, your thoughts on the Flash, man?
Well, I ain't watched it, man, in like 4 weeks. So
okay, never mind. All right.
I'm pleading the fifth.
You ain't missing nothing.
Never mind. All right, let's go to TC. TC, your thoughts on the Flash, man?
I'm telling you, man, I'm done. I'm done. Until they come up with a better plot, better episode, they gonna have to gotta do something.
I'll just be honest with you. Black Lightning is beating Flash's ass all over the place this year.
That show was cool. I started Black Lightning, just intermittent between that paper. But let me say after Flash, because you recommended me watching last. I'm getting a lot of reviews from like in high school. Flash is a good show.
This season is not a good show.
Okay.
The first 2 seasons were outstanding.
The first 2 seasons are excellent.
Yeah, you watch first 2 seasons, man. It was just straight action. And then season 3, they start tinkering with stuff, and then season 4 is just absolute. Sitting there trying to watch a bad version of a remake of Evil Dead. I mean, it's just absolutely that bad. Or watching one of those later Predator movies. I mean, it's just it's absolute trash.
Predator was bad in the later.
I know. I said it's just like that's what I would equate it to, man. A couple of bad episodes of Married with Children. The later season. They took Marshall's husband off the show. When they took Marshall's other husband off the show, the good one, and they put on the bad one.
Right. We're talking about bad TV. Please call me. I'm gonna mute my microphone.
Well, we're gonna keep talking about bad TV since you joined the panel, because nobody's watched the show, so I'm gonna ask you what happened on Walking Dead this week. Man?
Yo, damn, it's early. Did y'all want to pull me in like that? All right, so like we said last time, Walking Dead is hanging by a thread, and it's like a real thin thread. Like
Hey, you know what?
You remember in the Hercules movie when the three people, they had a little thread and they be them big scissors and they like slowly about to clip the thread in the Hercules Disney movie? If y'all ever seen it, Walking Dead is about like that right now.
This is so validating to me to know that the fact that I didn't watch this show and I didn't miss anything. It's just the greatest thing in the world.
All right. So they have this thing. They have this. Let's talk. I want to start with all the. Let's make like a good bad sandwich. Okay, and it's a real thick Rucker sandwich.
It's a lot of bread with no meat.
A good bad sandwich.
So, all right, the good is
Panera bread.
Right. All right. So the good is biological warfare. I do like that. Now, why it took 8 seasons of The Walking Dead to figure out that, hey, if we coat our weapons in zombie juice, if we coat our weapons in zombie juice, maybe something will happen.
Can I interrupt you right quick?
Go for it.
Just a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If these are zombies, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means they're decayed.
They should be falling apart.
How was the blood so fresh?
Oh, it was good, fresh blood too.
I'm talking about good fresh blood.
Just gushing out too.
Yeah. How?
Now, my logic would, I guess a real world zombie situation, like maybe you can pull the arm off and smack somebody with it, and maybe that'll do something.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I mean, they are how many years into the apocalypse now?
But the thing is, it's only transferred when they bite you, so the blood is irrelevant. They've been walking around with the blood on them.
Yeah, but see, Gabriel, he got sick, so that did something. I don't know what the hell it did, but it did something. So
that's a test of his faith.
Oh, let's not talk. We're gonna get on that too. This whole faith thing all up through this episode, because that was bullshit too. But all right, but I'm gonna get to Gabriel because I hate him as a character anyway.
Right.
But,
I like him better than Tara though.
Yeah, bruh. All right, so we're gonna go to Tara. Why? All right, Dwight is a very strong character in both the comic and in the show, to the point where, spoiler alert, he tries the shit out of Rick. He kind of like, yo, Rick, you ain't got this thing no more. He was cool for a minute, and Rick hobbling along, and nah, bro, you ain't got it. So, but Dwight as a character could have murdered Tara.
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen Tara actually fight?
Season 2 at the prison.
Oh, season 2?
Season 4.
One of them.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Right. But Tara just is she's not a fight character. She got a couple of bad jokes here and there, and that's about it. She needs to die. So Dwight could have very well handled that situation.
Had both of his arms been good, he would have murked her.
I think with one arm good, he could still handle that.
Oh, I know he could. But you know, according to what's his name? AMC, according to them, he can't. He's so weak.
Dwight ain't weak. He just playing.
No, we know that.
Right.
We know that. But you know, they got to dumb him down in order to boost up Daryl too.
Right. Now, Daryl, he's Daryl. He ain't really too much changed. That's he's Daryl.
Right.
He ain't really do much. Now, this whole like walk through the swamp thing, it's not smart, guy. Not when you have a baby in your hand.
Right.
Why would you walk through a swamp? And if all of these dead people have been festering in this swamp, it's all kinds of Zika, Ebola.
Yeah.
How many other diseases are in this water? And y'all walking through this with fresh wounds?
That's typical. But you know what, man? That's typical AMC, man. I'll tell you, this show right now, man, this is straight 1 o'clock in the morning USA Network type stuff.
Good God.
This is you have to think about it, man. This is the stuff you see at 2 and 3 in the morning on USA Network, man. WG and stuff like that.
Still stalking, man.
Yeah, silk stalkings.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is that bad? Okay, so I'm gonna keep going because I got stuff that I was just listing stuff. All right, so we all knew that Tara didn't like Daryl. I mean, I'm sorry, didn't like Dwight. Daryl knows better. Why did you leave that girl
Why
with him?
did you leave him? Right.
And you can't be pissed off. Okay, minor thing. Why is this man covering up Judah's ears like the whole world ain't fell apart around this girl? Cussing is the least that we need to be worried about. All right.
Why did Rosita sit there and let it happen?
Right. She's like, oh, I wanted to see what was gonna happen. Bruh. What should have happened is Tara get that ass tapped.
Right.
That's what should have happened. Okay. And Rosita wasn't gonna do nothing.
No.
She about as bad then as she was when she was trying to play all I'm mad and this and that at Sasha. Please. You ain't that mad.
Right.
So, all right. So then going on to the horrible person that Gabriel is. Okay. All right, y'all. I hunt, I shoot guns regularly. Regularly. I carry a revolver. When the last time you done seen somebody close their eyes and make a dead-on headshot?
Larry
while moving at the same time, a moving target.
If it was gonna be that moving too, but if it was gonna be that disbelievable, you might as well gave me a CGI image of God's hand picking the bullet and guiding it to the thing.
Right.
I mean, if we gonna sell it, let's sell it. Okay. All right. So not only that, bro, you stepped on a bear trap. Like, you didn't like baby step on it.
Full-fledged, all-out sprint.
And you stepped on a centerpiece.
Yeah.
Now, the dude in front of you, he clearly did the same thing, and he is screwed right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Two other ones. Yeah.
Yeah. But you just the spirit of God. I mean, good Lord, are we what's going on? We evangelizing now? Like we guiding? We're just guiding. We just guided by the hand of God. On top of the fact, let's backtrack a bit. All right. How did y'all escaped the sanctuary? By this point in time, everybody knows these back roads, how to get where, how to do this, how to do that. How y'all get lost?
On a straight line.
On a straight line. It's not
Why did you stop the car? Why did you cut the car off?
Why? You listen to a semi-blind man guide you. No, I don't care what act of God that this man is talking about. We need to go. Let's go to church when we get to the hilltop.
Because they have a church there. Yeah.
They have a whole church.
With holy water. It might be dry, but it's holy water.
Okay. So let's do that. And then if you had all of these gunshots, by now y'all should know that if people hear gunfire, they coming to you, if not zombies. What made y'all think that y'all was going to get in that truck and be okay? Now, I guess I kind of understood why the doctor tried to pull that guy's gun, but that wasn't the time, brother. For all of that, I'd have just jumped out the back of the truck when they pulled off. I mean, there's so many other things. And then they just left him for dead. Just so disrespectful. Just dropped him on the ground. Just gone.
It ain't like Negan gonna kill him. Negan needs him.
He needs him. He needs him. You could have punched him, knocked him out. The man's leg half gone anyway.
Right. Could have made sure he didn't take no antibiotics that he found.
Right. There's so many different things. And Gabriel, like, bro, you are a liability at this point in time.
Right. He been a liability.
I hope Gabriel dies in the show exactly like he died in the comic. I want them to do that. I want them to sell it to me too. I don't even care if the whisperers are there. Just fall and break all your legs and get eaten alive. That's what I want to see. Okay. Now, and I don't know when Robert Kirkman found God. I don't know when this happened because that was just bad. All right. And then I'm gonna kind of wrap it up because I can go on for days. Maggie. That's my girl, but she let me down. Why is Gregory still alive?
Right. Why are any of them still alive?
Any of them.
Right.
But especially Gregory. I mean, the hardest thing that happened in that whole episode was Morgan telling that little boy that, hey, he killed him, which was a lie. But
Right. He wanted to see what he was gonna do.
Right.
Right.
Right. So then, and that kind of was the diffusing point between him and Carol. Like, all right, I'm gonna give you this so she'll shut up, but let's soothe this little boy's problems. And Eugene, brother, you make bullets. You make bullets. You the plug for the bullets.
He gonna come talk to you one-on-one. Why not just shoot him then? But
Just shoot him.
I digress.
Let me tell you, man. I just sit here listening to y'all. I'm just blessed that I didn't watch this show, man. I mean, it's such a blessing that I didn't watch this.
The thing I got to look forward to in The Walking Dead is the commercials about Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out how Morgan gonna get from Virginia to California.
We talked about that like the episode before you debuted, man. We talked about that, man.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's rough, man. Let's keep this train moving, man. What's up with what's going on here with Stan Lee, man? With people writing checks, that the man don't even know about. What is? I mean, that's a sad situation, there, Al.
Yeah, I mean, but when somebody is about to, and I'm not saying this, and I hope it's not, anytime soon, but when somebody's about to make it to the upper room, a lot of people, man, want to start taking advantage of people. Stan Lee, of course, is no exception, given his contributions to pop culture and the comic books. Those who are around him, I've read a couple of the articles, and it's sad. I've actually read some articles where some people are saying, well, it was karma because of how his relationship was with Jack Kirby. I mean, which is neither here nor there. At this particular point in the man is clearly not his best, and and I'm hoping, like I say, he pulls through whatever he's going through now. But if he doesn't, then he's lived a long these articles talking about how many people are the people that are trying to fleece him.
Did we lose your brother Al? Yellow.
Is that widely known to where you could write full-fledged articles about the situation? Where are the people that could help them? You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate to read those articles, the article in particular that I read, based on how some of the people that were close to him now have shunned other people that were close to him out of his life, and pretty much trying to corner him to where when he does die, whatever he actually owns, whatever he's entitled to, if people looking for a payout. And I mean, that's just the way it is. The love of money, man, is the root of all evil, and it makes people do some crazy, stupid stuff. So
GC, what you think about Stan Lee, man, getting the plum fly?
I mean, you know what, man? It's a sad situation, but like Al said, man, I mean that's pretty much the way people are these days. Especially, I mean, if you got money and you getting close to your time, I mean, they're gonna come by and try to pick off basically what they can. Because I mean, they're looking at it like, well, you can't take it with you, so it's a sad situation. But I mean, that's just the way society is now.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really, really sad situation, man. And that just kind of basically shows how the elderly are taken advantage of, man. I mean, across the spectrum, not just because of Stan Lee, but just in general. Xavier, your thoughts on Stan Lee, my friend?
Yeah, man, you reap what you sow. You know what I'm saying? With all these folk that doing this, I hope they get the same thing that Darrell said that Gabriel gets. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool. You know what I mean?
All right, Darrell.
Especially how much he did for us as comic book fans. You know what I'm saying? And what he did for just everybody. How you do that, man? They deserve it.
Well, I'm right there with you. Sorry, y'all. I hope y'all can't hear my damn phone dinging. But I'm about there with, look, man, more money, more problems. And that's what happens when you lose ownership of what you do. And if all of these people that are coming forward saying this and that, where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay. That may be some kind of karma. That may be anything. But I guess my only issue is this man's wife just passed away not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Leave him alone. Now, as far as his own conduct, I just, I'm about like, look, when you God dang, is that me? That's not me, is it? Shit. Sorry, y'all. When you lose ownership of what you do, and again, when you start getting older, I mean, it's just real. People gonna start coming. We see it in families all the time. God damn, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to turn it off. When you lose ownership of what you do, expect these things to happen. Expect it. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. My thing is dinging like crazy, and I'm trying to silence it. It's on my computer. Damn it.
That is, hey, man, that is, man, another, every time it makes a point, it dings.
Yeah.
like a ding every time you ding.
But yeah, and I want to mute my mic in a second because I'm getting a lot of text rolling in. But that's why you keep ownership of stuff. And that's the same thing that happened to black folk for how many years now?
Thousands.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thousands, man. Decades.
Stop selling your stuff out.
Hey, man, it's interesting. All right, y'all. Let's move on here, man. We actually wrapping it up. We get close to wrapping up a little early. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the convention this week. The Comic Con is gonna be up in Atlanta this year. Me and Larry went last year. By the way, Larry was referring to episodes of Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, but Walking Dead is a USA Up All Night. I forgot about that show even existed.
Wow.
But me speaking of Larry, we got a chance to go last year to the convention up in North Georgia, and had a blast. And Al, I know you'll be going. TC's got to work. Xavier's got to work. Darrell, will you be going to the convention Sunday?
Sunday, I will not be in town.
Okay, so he will not be going. So it'll be me, Larry, and Al going up. And Al, this is your first rodeo. We're going to this one. What are you looking for, man? What's on the docket, man?
Well, basically just trying to fill some back issues, some books that I've been looking for. Primarily the Uncanny X-Men, Alpha Flight. If I could ever find these 5 books, I ain't gonna never find them. Like, they don't even exist on the planet no more. But yeah, I mean, if I could come across a couple of keys for a reasonable price, that's pretty much it. But mostly just back issues and, trying to fill some more gaps. As of today, I only need 95 more X-Men comic books, and I have the full run of the first volume of Uncanny X-Men. So I'll probably be focusing on buying a few back issues from up there. That's about it.
Okay, all right. Well, I know I'll be looking for a few Silver Age books. Like I said, DC Silver Age stuff. That's what I plan on looking for. But we'll give you all we'll actually do a reacts from the convention. So we'll have that for you all up on the channel at some point on Sunday. All right, we're going to move on, staying with the comic book theme. We're going to stay and we're going to talk about the importance of customer service in the world of comic books. And a lot of shop owners, and this is just not locally here, but this is just across the spectrum. I've noticed, and we've discussed this, me and Al discussed this in Providently, but we're going to talk about in public now is that a lot of store owners just really don't have the business acumen to run a comic book store. Don't clearly understand the importance of solid customer service. And I'm not just talking about in-store experience. I know that TC has had an experience this last month or so with piss poor packaging. Al has had trouble with piss poor packaging, and I've had trouble with piss poor packaging on more than one occasion. And fellas, what are some of the things that you would like to see? What kind of advice if a comic book store owner right now is to come to you and say, well, what can we do better to make ourselves better or what have you? Well, I mean, what would you say? And I'm gonna start this one off with Xavier. Xavier, what would you recommend to the shop owner to do?
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, and I'm gonna say this based off of the experience that I had today in a new store that well, not a new store, but a new store to me, is paying attention to your clientele. You know what I'm saying? It's it's one thing to know somebody, but it's another thing to actually really know them. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate them. Um, there are several owners, whether they're still up and running or their business has faltered. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pick up on the clientele that was coming there, and they technically didn't. I'm not going to say cater to them, but really just acknowledge their business. You know, regardless how much or how little they receive from them, or how often they see them or don't see them. You know what I mean? Um, like just take for instance, you go somewhere, they walk up to you with your books, shake your hand. That goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? Me and Al were talking about that earlier. That goes a long way, and I saw it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? And then taking care of taking care of them by like, hey, you missed something, but we appreciate you, so we're gonna go ahead and do this for you. You know what I mean? And just doing different things to really keep those people coming and bringing in new clientele. So it's all about paying attention and knowing your clientele that's coming in and that's keeping your business open.
Darrell,
Um,
you shop regularly at David at Dave's, and Dave's technically has pretty good customer service.
oh yeah.
Uh,
I was gonna say that Dave's, I like the way they do it, especially because I grew up in that area. So for the most part, I'm not gonna expect nobody to remember names because I'm terrible with names, but faces are pretty easy to remember. So what I do like about that is, number one, they'll come and kind of tell you, okay, we have this, and this in this cover, right? Number one, let me know what my options are. Number two, the guy that was there, and I can never remember his name, but when I met you, knowing like the deep down history and stuff, both of y'all, but there's been plenty of times that he's put me on to just the backstories and the little stories that aren't publicized to things, and especially outside of the demographic. He don't just know, okay, the backstory and the deeper things that went on with Superman as far as like the business of it. But when I have somebody come in and show me like, oh, okay, this is why Static Shock here. This is what the creators were going through at this particular time. I'm the type of person, I like history like that. And I want to know more. And I respect you as a shop when you can talk about all of your comics, because just as much as, somebody can talk about, I guess more mainstream comics, it takes a lot of time to be involved in the depths of stuff like that. So to be able to flip between different labels and distributors and still know all the backstory, like people want to hear that. That's what makes the comic more real. When your seller is kind of like, hey, this happened in 1980 XYZ, and this is why this comic ended up the way it did. And then there was a lull, and he simplified it so much as just, go on the AMC and watch Comic Book Men or watch The Secret History of Comics, and you would have found that out. You know, making that history behind the comic more approachable and being able to take that in instead of having to go online, because I mean there's 50 million different backstories to things, but to find out that, you know, Static Shock, like y'all were telling me, was, you know, the motive behind that was one of those issues was actually trying to advocate for you know, teenage sexual protection, and especially during a time where that was something that needed to be talked about. You know, I don't think people hear enough of why the creators make the comics that they do. And it's always good to review, like, you know, issue number whatever this was going on. But a lot of these comics are coming from very deep personal places with these people. And all they're doing is literally reflecting on life that's right there in front of them. So that's my thing, just knowing the personal history behind why these comics were made.
All right. Tonio.
I mean, it's like you said, man, you really got to have a lot of knowledge. I mean, you don't have to be an expert on it, but you at least got to know how to talk to people. And if you can't necessarily answer their question, be able to find out how to answer their questions with stuff. So, I mean, if somebody's looking for something, you know, you may not have it, but if you know somebody else that have it, help them out. I mean, that's just the way, that's just good. Like you said, that's good customer service on there for it to help somebody out to do something. And, you know, acknowledge the person when they come in. Because that's, to me, that's a big thing with just any kind of business. You know, if I walk in the door, you know, say, hey, or something like that, don't ignore me completely like I'm not even there and don't even matter. Because, I mean, that matters to some people on there for it. It matters to a lot of other people. So, yeah, I mean, it's really, you got to be able to talk to people. You got to know the ins and outs. You got to know as far as helping them out, what to find, where they're looking for, and just find out what they like.
What about shipping, man? What about the packaging and stuff, man?
Oh man, you know, that's a whole new thing, man, that I've really had to deal with lately with buying like comics and figures and stuff like that online. And I've gotten some that are like really, really good. And I've gotten some that's just like, you know, like that one comic we got, that X-Men Red. I mean, it looked like he just took a pair of scissors to the case itself. I mean, I was surprised the comic itself wasn't cut on there for it. So I mean, it's just gonna vary, but I really haven't had too many bad experiences with shipping, because I mean, it's with those shipping cases, as far as like for the comics and stuff like that, it's pretty self-explanatory on how to put the comic in there, hold it down, and then seal it up. It's not really like a difficult situation in that.
I'll save you for last, my friend.
Well, my biggest thing in reference, if someone was to come and ask me that, if they were a comic book owner, a shop owner, I would basically tell them, first and foremost, your attitude is everything. There's a saying that goes, your attitude affects your altitude. And that's true to a good degree. We've all had our experiences going to various comic book shops over the years where the comic book owner or the person that's working the register sits behind the counter and, you know, they look at everybody that comes in with the look of discontentment. Like everybody that comes in smells like they just stepped in some doo-doo or something. You know, your attitude as far as how you treat people when they walk in the door. A lot of people don't realize it, but when you, and this goes for any type of retail environment, the way you approach your customers, the way you speak to your customers, the way you interact with your customers, all that plays a good part. Now, one thing that a lot of people, a lot of store owners don't understand, some do. In this particular day and time, in this climate, we're looking at a time where retail stores are starting to become the way of the dinosaur. News just came out today that Toys R Us is looking to close all their stores in the United States. So that's a huge blow in reference to people being able to go to a retail store and shop for toys. And everyone that has the sense that we're born with knows that Toys R Us was the proverbial biggest toy store in the world, as their commercial used to tout. So that right there leaves a very few retailers that you can go to now: Walmart, Target, a couple other places, but it opens up the door for online. Now you can buy comics online. As TC was talking about with shipping, shipping plays a big factor for me in whether or not I decide to do continued online shopping with a particular store. I buy quite a few books online, whether it be through this particular company or whether it be through eBay. There are sellers on eBay. If I get a book and it looks like a sleeve stack from Land of the Lost is trampled over it, I'm not going to do anything else with that company. I'm sorry. The seller has lost my business. I don't care how many more people that he's dealt with before and how much continued business, because it doesn't take much to ship a package properly. But I had a personal situation last week where I got a comic, and when I won the book off of eBay, shipping was $4. I got the book, but the mail carrier said I owed $1.22 when he got to the door, because the seller didn't spend the entire amount of the shipping that I paid for to ship the book. So before I gave them any type of rating on eBay, I emailed them and I said, hey, look, I'm going to give you a bad review, but I want you to fix this. They fixed it, but I shouldn't have done that. But I digress. But anyway, I mean, the attitude when you go into a particular store, like Darrell said, being knowledgeable of the product, that plays a big part in it. There's comic books you can get comic books online easy if you wanted to. You could just go to one shop or one site and order whatever comic books. A lot of online comic book stores have the incentives as far as discounts or whatnot. I personally deal with the comic book store that I really enjoy going to. They offer discounts. They realize that I can go online and order a comic book, but they offer discounts for if I have a certain amount of comics that I pull each month. The guys' customer service is exceptional. They talk to you. They don't talk down to you. That's another thing that a lot of comic book stores, you have a lot of people who feel like they have the knowledge on high from God Almighty regarding comic books, and they want to talk down to you when it's certain things that you ask them about a certain book or a certain title or whatnot. That's a turn off too. But at the end of the day, when you go into a store, I'm not expected to be wild and my socks is knocked off. But at the same time, respect me as a customer. Treat me like I'm going to come in your store one day and just drop $10,000, because that may very well happen. Treat every customer like that, because you never know. But yeah, like I said, attitude, the willing to help a customer. We had a comic store earlier today, and I asked the guy at the counter, hey man, do y'all have such and such in stock? They don't have it in the system. Okay, I'll go check. So they went to the box for the particular title, and they thumbed through the box to look for that book that I was asking for. They could have easily said, hey man, it's over there in the corner. But the guy came from behind the counter, went over there to the boxes, looked for that book personally. No, we don't have it. That speaks volumes to me. So, when you have that type of thing in place, when you go into a store and they are willing to answer questions, and they don't give you no attitude, and they don't give you any type of look of contention, that goes a long way. Again, especially when it's easy for me to go online and go to ABC Comics and order a whole bunch of books, even though I have to wait 8 lunar cycles for the shipping to get here. It's still the fact that I can go into a store and get almost the same type of discount that I would online, but get treatment to the point to where I feel like these people value my money. They value my time, and they value me as a person and as a customer. And for that, it's going to be repeat business. So those are the things that I would tell someone. Also, if you got product, don't hold on to it.
Get it out.
Get it out the store. Don't tell me when I walk into a store, hey, how much do you want for such and such? And you say, well, I don't know. I might want that for myself. Why you got it show? I mean, why is it displayed then? That defeats the purpose. That makes no sense. I'm done.
All right.
Pricing is another thing too.
Oh yeah, pricing, man. Pricing is gonna vary by shop. That's the one thing about that, man, is that pricing. Some guys are gonna want arm and a leg. Some folks are gonna, just want to get it off the shelf, which is what I think all comic book stores should be doing. But it just all depends on the attitude of that owner. So pricing is one of those things that's just gonna vary by whoever you're dealing with, which is a good case. Al, you'll see that on Sunday. As a matter of fact, you're gonna see some guys up there that's like, yeah, man, this is a great deal. But you see some dudes that's just, I mean, apparently they had a good shot of weed before they walked in.
Shot of weed.
Yeah. So, all right, fellas, that is it for tonight. We're gonna go ahead and go into our halls for tonight, and I will go ahead and get things started tonight. And then first up on the docket is Amazing Spider-Man 797,
Mm.
the so-called first appearance of the Red Goblin Ed McGuinness variant. Picked this up for a cool 50 cent.
Mm.
Infinity Gauntlet, mint condition, number 1.
In case y'all didn't hear him, he said 50 cent.
50 cent.
That's like a $20-$25 book.
This is
Ungraded.
No World number 1. One of 1,000 variant. Got this on the bay. The Darkwing Duck number 7, the Batman homage.
I like that. Oh, Gizmo Duck.
And this is the German edition of the Harley Quinn special uh Adam Hughes variant. Absolutely, this is one of my favorite covers, man, comic book wise. And this is the Harley Quinn in the straight jacket. I absolutely love that cover.
It's so dope, but it's so simple.
Yep.
It's
Nice.
amazing how simplicity can go so much further than everything else.
Yep. So this is the one I was telling you about the other day, Al. Right there. I don't know if you see it, but there you go. And there's a slab sighting. There's a slab sighting. There's a slab. But I did get a chance to pick up Brave in the Bold number 57. This is the first appearance. I told Al I'm trying to get these Silver Age DC first appearances, man, because you can kind of get those at a reasonable price. And I actually got this slab there like $40. But this is Metamorpho, the Element Man, first appearance. Brave in the Bold number 57. This is Silver Age here.
I like how they still draw him to look the same today
Yep.
as they did back then.
Yep. First appearance of Metamorpho. So hopefully Sunday, man, I can get the Spectre and Deadman. That's what I'm actually looking for. And Batman 227. I think that's 227. It's up there on my wall. All right. Xavier, did you get anything today from the
I got some pops, but I did get one comic. And thanks to brother Al helping me out on that one. Y'all know I've been looking for X-Men #4 for a long time, and I've had it held for me, but I wasn't able to pick it up. But I got it for $1.
De Niro. Uno.
A dollar.
Oh yeah, and I did get one other thing. It's not actually comic book related, but I did get the Galaxy S9 Plus. And I stopped by Best Buy and got this sexy case that they had.
It took us a sexy
Yeah,
case.
That's the wallet
man,
case.
the wallet case, man. This thing is absolutely stunning.
It's
Ooh
bad.
la
I sit
la.
there and look at it and know exactly what it is.
You know
That's
exactly.
bad.
Yeah.
You work
I
at
spent
Best Buy, man.
I
All
spent too
right,
much time in the blue box.
Terrell, what you pick up this week, man? You pick up anything, man? Did you go buy stuff?
I did not go by the store. I have one thing that I'm kind of reading, and it takes me a good little bit to get through. It's not necessarily like some crazy limited edition comic, but I like to keep up. As y'all know, I'm an Image fan. I keep up with this here.
Image Plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I keep up with them because that's kind of how, again, that's kind of how I know what else is coming out and what these guys are doing. I'm not sure when they're going to get it out at Dave's, but I'm looking for the new Southern Bastards, which is my show, and the new Black Cloud. I'm sorry, not my show, but my comic and the new Black Cloud. So up until then, man, I just need to get through Image Plus.
All right, cool.
This one.
Brother Antonio.
I picked up a couple, man.
Oh,
I found some
picked up a couple
deals. Just a couple, not too many. I picked up the Spider-Man 2, number 1. I really just got this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got it for the cover of it. I just like the way they put Miles on there with it, because it's not like the official like Spider-Man suit. You actually see he's like basically like in his street clothes, and he's got the hood on right over his head on that for it. I just like the art on that, so I picked that one up.
Look like a homecoming homage.
Yeah. I also picked up. I found a few deals. I picked up the Thanos 13.
Hey,
The match the shirt.
wait a minute,
match the
Shannon. I know
shirt.
Shannon watching tonight. I know Shannon
Yeah,
watching.
I believe you watch.
Shannon watching tonight. There it is, right there, baby. Hold up, give her a call.
Good choice. Good choice.
Thanos 13.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Thanos 14.
Oh. Hey, I hit the box. Highlight this man. Bring him up there. Click that box. Highlight this man. There you go. Bring it up there again. Put the other one up there too, TC. Let's see the other one again. Bring 13.
Thanos 15.
Oh.
Good God.
Oh wow.
I've seen these comics on eBay, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I paid less than $10.
That's Hulk on a leash.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And the chain is like, isn't it like the Citarax bones or something?
Yes.
Like the demon Citarac that gave Juggernaut his powers.
Wow.
Thanos 16.
Ooh.
Let's give this man a round of applause. He deserves a round of applause tonight, y'all. Man, I have yet to see somebody get all of these all in one time like this. That's unbelievable.
My last one is the Infinity number 8, which is the first appearance of the Black Order. I found that on the day.
He just texted me. Shannon just texted me. He said, "You low down, man." He said, "That is low down."
I found that for pretty cheap on that for that.
That is absolutely an astonishing haul, Brother Coleman. That is
That's what's up.
Class there, man. That's top notch stuff, man. 13, 14, 15, and 16. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, you had to do some. You was doing some sitting up on eBay looking for them.
5 o'clock in the morning.
Riding that midnight oil.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
All right, Al.
He had his alarm going off every 15 minutes on that one though, for real. I don't think I'll be able to top that one though, because those 4 comic books, man, I'm telling you, man, it's like that's like gold on paper right now, boy. Them things are being highly sought for real. But I do have a few books I'm gonna go through as quickly as I possibly can. I have Green Lanterns 42. I have The Flash 41. and 42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Titans 21, Green Arrow 38. Trying to get that light from shining on it. Jumping to the indies, I got Grass Kings number 13. I got The Walking Dead 177. I forgot to get the variant cover with the governor on it, but they're holding it for me. I got Oblivion Song number 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh, how is that?
I haven't read it yet, but the reviews have been astounding. It's been getting some really good
I've
remarks.
heard that was that deal. That's what I'm looking for. So
this is a new Robert Kirkman, and for those that are actually watching, this just came out recently. So this is a Robert Kirkman book. He's the author, of course, The Walking Dead. So this is something that you might want to jump on. You know, right now it's still cover price. I mean, they got a special edition, which is like $9,000 or something.
Yo,
but yeah, it's expensive. It's like what, $300 or something.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah, it's crazy.
It's like 200 or 300 because
it's insane.
Yeah,
I don't care, man. That's still crazy, man.
I'll be on that one with you, brother.
That statue better us transform into Fortress Maximus or something. But I got Gideon Falls number 1. And I got Redneck number 10.
Yo, good choice. Good choice.
Yeah. And man, this Donnie Cates right here, boy. Donnie Cates can't go wrong for real.
Man, that's top of the line stuff that it written.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got some back issues. I got The Walking Dead 131. Walking Dead 120. Got these half off. And then I got some back issues of X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 181, 176, X-Men 30.
Dang.
X-Men 30. Bring that back one more time, man. I'm gonna see it one more time. Bring it up there.
Yeah, got this one half off up at Origin Story Comics.
All right. Yeah, that's all right there, man.
Got this one in the mail earlier this week. X-Men 55. The Living Pharaoh.
Who?
Living Pharaoh. Man, leave it alone. Okay, this one I got. You know, I've been talking to y'all about.
I heard slabs, man. I heard the slab.
I'm gonna take you to Slab City in a minute, but
Turn to Slab City.
Slab City will return after these messages. Okay, I got this one right here. This is Captain Britain number 1. Matt and I have been talking about certain books. I don't know if y'all go back and look at some of our shows. If you're looking into investing in characters that Marvel hasn't done anything with, this particular book was actually a book. It was manufactured this was over in England. This is actually the British copy of this, and it's the origin of Captain Britain. Of course, his costume has changed over the years, but he was actually the leader of a group called Excalibur, which is like an offshoot of the X-Men. So this book is still a reasonably priced book. There's 2 versions of this book, one with and one without the mask. I was looking for the one with the mask, but for the price for this book, I couldn't turn it down. So I got to find the mask for it. Got some pops. Just go ahead and show them. Okay. Cuphead.
Al, the one without the mask, man, is absolutely outrageous in price. Good.
Right. Boy. Exactly. But I'm telling you, I got that one for a good price. I got Killmonger, Mugman, and Xavier Randall. He got this for me. Shouts to Xavier Randall today, man. He got this for me.
Skeletor.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Battle Armor Skeletor. He-Man. Okay, last but not least. I caught this one right here. I'm about to take y'all to Slab City. this sucker right here, I was burning midnight oil like TC one night. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I was up about 4 o'clock in the morning because I got this from Matthew Odom. You know, I learned from one of the best. So I caught a joker slipping online and decided that I would get this because I do own quite a few Infinity items in reference to comics. So without further ado, I present to you Silver Surfer 44.
Well, hello.
9.0. This is the first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Hey, bro, Shannon is gonna be. Shannon is cussing. He is cussing.
I bought this book. $55.
Look at this. 9.0. Hold it up again.
You said you had something waiting on you at the crib too.
I did. I sure did. 9.0. Thanos looks mad.
What is this book normally going for, man? I think that's
this book now is probably a good $125 firm. In some cases, like I saw a 9.8 on I saw a 9.8 on eBay going for about $450.
Oh my god.
See, they were bidding on it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at one for $31 right now. $31 with bids on it right now. $31.
How many days it got? Hello.
4.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I'm looking at 9.8 slab, $355.
Yeah,
it's gonna get up there.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, 55 bones.
And I'm sure you probably could have bought that book last year for like a quarter.
Oh yeah.
Before they mentioned them, Infinity War. Yeah.
Wow, that's absolutely, man. That's absolutely standing, man. What a haul tonight, man. Y'all, boy, you and TC, man. Good lord, y'all stole the show tonight, man.
Al, was that Killmonger?
Yeah, I was gonna ask one more thing, but go ahead, Xavier. Go ahead.
Was that Killmonger that you had?
Yep, that is just Killmonger.
Where did you find that? Because I cannot find it.
Amazon.
I got you.
And this is for Larry Crocker. I know you listening to the show, man. But I got this from Origin Story Comics today.
Yeah, buddy.
I got my Black Panther one.
Sure. And I forgot I've got Okoye.
Her head ain't all right.
I have mine in my protective.
Speaking of customer service, what they did with that box right there, that was dope.
Shannon just texted me the bullshit logo, the bullshit emoji. I knew it was coming.
Man, let me tell you about the dude up at the store today. So I was checking out, and he said, "I want that box right there." The dude got the box, examined it, looked at it on each side, said, "Nah, I'm not gonna get you this one. I'm gonna go get you one from the back." Went to the back, got a brand new one, put it together right there in front of him. He said, "I can't let you walk out with that one. I let the average Joe that come in get that one." That's good service right there.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, top line stuff, man. Top line stuff. I am excited for Sunday, man. I am so excited for Sunday to go up there, man, and see what we can find. Hopefully, Al can dig into that 95 that he got left, and we can go from there. Fellas, it's been a great show tonight, y'all. Larry, we know you're working, brother. Shannon, we know you're watching, man. And Vince, we know you're buried under snow somewhere. And Weldon has been seen. We've seen him. There has been a Weldon sighting. We've seen him. He lived.
No longer part of unknown.
Yeah, he lived.
Like a Bigfoot.
Hey, hey, man. Y'all are going to laugh when I say this, man. I know Al is going to doubt I say this. We are going to start preparing the old Cactus Jack vignettes when Big Van Vader powerbombed him on that pavement of WCW. He was gone for a while, but we're gonna start preparing those vignettes for Weldon, like Cactus Jack.
I got some for y'all when we go off the air, though. I'm gonna show y'all.
But we're gonna start preparing those Weldon vignettes soon, so he will be making his return, and he's gonna come back, man, just like Steve Austin after the car accident. We'll have him back. All right, so for everybody, I am Matt Odom, Antonio Coleman, Al Rainey, Darrell, and Xavier. We all wish you all a great night. We look forward to seeing you all in 2 weeks. Don't forget, Sunday, special reacts from the comic convention is coming Sunday. Everyone, have a great night.
All right.